What's up, guys? It is JZNES back again with another review. This time, we're talking finally about Ring Fit Adventure, the craziest fucking RPG game of all time. Maybe not the craziest RPG of all time, but fucking like one of the craziest ideas for an RPG of all time. Take a fucking workout fitness platformer game and put it with RPG elements. It's basically an RPG because what you do is you run along a path and you can collect collectibles by like here I have visuals this time. You can like do some of this, you know, pull the ring con to kind of suck up stuff like a vacuum or whatever, and then also. This is how they track that you're running, by the way. That you kind of like attach it to your leg there, and it knows. And it works all really great. But yeah. So that is loud. So let's see. But yes, so you're running along a path, and there's platforming elements because you can like depending on how you like squeeze the ring kind, you like point it down and squeeze to do like a gusty jump or whatever. And you can, well, if you hold it while you're doing the gust, you can like kind of glide a little bit. These are all abilities you get like in the game at some point there. So, and then there's like, later on there's like flying sections and like you use the thing like you go like this to like paddle a boat and shit. It's like all this fucking crazy shit. But anyway, so the RPG elements come in. There's actually random, not random battles, sorry. Random battles is such a synonymous, these two words go together. Actually, not random battles for once. You can see them on the overworld, and you can see how many enemies that you're going to be facing on the overworld. You can't see what enemies they are. It's just, you see like a little shape of an enemy or whatever. And it's innovative too, because the platforming elements can actually come back to help you there. If you don't want to fight that enemy, you can just jump over the enemy as long as you time it correctly or whatever. So that's interesting. So that's a way of avoiding battles right there. So that's pretty cool. But when you get into the battles, what it is it's like they're different exercise sets. So like stuff to work your core is like yellow. Stuff to work your arms is like fucking red. And there's blue stuff to work your legs, which is my least favorite one. I mean, not that it's just the squats, man. It's just the squats. I fucking hated those. Because the thing never picked up when I was doing these squats or whatever. Maybe my legs just aren't built for this, but like, they wanted some like excellently formed squats where they're so loose with everything else. It's like, not that the game doesn't like pick up on your movements or whatever, because it certainly does. And it'll let you know if you're doing a poor movement, a good movement, or a great movement, which will get you more damage if you're doing a great movement. Basically, these exercise sets. Oh, and there's one that's like yoga skills. So you like bend certain ways, and like you have to like lift your leg and shit, and just like there's one that's like a tree pose where you have to like put your like stand on one leg while like leaning the other leg against it. It's like it's crazy shit. But anyway, so and then each move has kind of a range of like it can get there's only ever 5 enemies at max, but it can get from 1 to 5 enemies, and then so you have to and usually the 5 enemy ones are like less powerful, so it's kind of like, you know, you have to sort of figure out what's the best strategy to take down these enemies. And enemies have weaknesses. It's like an elemental system. So some enemies, yellow enemies, will be weak to yellow, which is the core stuff. So it's like there's like a hip shake one. There's like a twisty lunge thingy that I liked a lot, that I put, because you get to choose basically what kind of moves you want to do. There's so many yellow ones. There's like leg twist things where you sit on the ground and you do that. There's like fucking so many things. There's so many possibilities of different ways that you can work out, ways of working out in this game because of all of the different moves. There's so many moves, and you unlock these moves by doing all sorts of stuff. There's quests in this game, like the fuck a game. I feel like this is my April Fool's video, like the Tomer one, where I'm just like making shit up, but this is real. There are quests in this game. This is a real fucking game, guys. Like I can't make this shit up. I'm sad that I lack the capacity to make this shit up, or whatever from JonTron. But anyway, so there's fucking quests in this game that are you know, half the time it's just like go kill this set amount of enemies. But you don't know where you're going to run into that enemy. So, and they'll give you stuff. Like, they give you certain smoothies and potions and whatever, which, smoothies basically are like your healing items, and they can, like, help you, like, recover turns and whatnot. Basically, the idea is, that when you're in battle, there's a set, so, like, each attack or whatever has a set recharge time. So, like, I know, for instance, my yellow attacks, which I used a lot, had a set recharge time of 4. So 4 turns later, I can use those again, because they want you to diversify the way that you're working out and whatnot. So they want you to get in a little bit of everything, and they kind of force that too through the enemy variety. They want you to get in, you know. You could certainly fight any enemy with any attack, but it's going to be a lot weaker sometimes to do so. So you're going to want to, even the leg stuff, like, you're going to want to use those. I found some leg ones that worked for me eventually, but for like half the game I had this like overhead squat thing, like level 3, that like didn't like the way I squatted, or like just like the way I was holding the squat and all this stuff. Like it just and that could be like one little flaw of like the control or something. Like maybe that was that, or maybe I'm just shitty at squats. Like I'm probably gonna blame myself on that one. The control is really excellent for a game like this. This is essentially, if you think about it, motion controls and shit. And like for that kind of thing, this is like one of the most premium like motion control experiences I've ever had in all of my time of using motion controls for stuff. I mean, the only other one that's like even decent, like in comparison, would be like, I don't know, like Super Mario Galaxy or something, or like the shooter games on the Wii and stuff. Like that kind of stuff is great, but even that has its flaws. And you know, like even if you're pointing at the screen, sometimes it doesn't work. And it's like this works almost. It's probably like a 98% rate of working. See, like something like Skyward Sword, I would give like a 30% rate of working, if even that, you know, like maybe less than that or whatever. But so basically, yeah, this is like such good motion controls, because it actually it's very aware of where you are and what you're doing. The only thing is, I don't know if this is just because my ring con, or like because I've used it so much now. But like sometimes it's kind of like off where I'm facing, but you can always just like hold it down to like if you're running like this, right? And then you can just hold it down to like recenter. But I found myself doing that a lot, because there was really annoying times when you had to be like pinpoint to grab some of the collectibles, and I would turn to do it, but it wouldn't turn, you know, it'd be like over here or something. It'd be like, you know, like, so I just have to center it or something, like, if I really wanted to. So there's a few times I missed some collectibles because of the motion controls, but, like, that's the 2% of the time. Like, 98% of the time, this works, like, flawlessly. Like, it's not even a hindrance to the experience, you know, which is crazy to me. So yeah. But basically, it's like it's such an incredible fucking experience. I don't even know how to like adequately say this about this stuff, but it's like it's here, let me turn that up a little bit. It's gonna be variable volume, I'm sure. But yeah, it's insane. Like, whoever thought to put this RPG system into a workout game and add some platforming elements to it is just one fucking brilliant person, I tell you. Like, seriously. Like, I don't even know, like, how they thought of this, but this is great. And the idea, the concept of this has so much potential for other RPGs. It's like, if you put like a Dragon Quest skin onto this, like like, okay, let me talk about the aesthetics and the story stuff. Like the aesthetic stuff, like graphically, like the game has a very nice art style, and it's very appealing and colorful, and I like that. And you know, of course, there's the female character who, of course, I had to play as because if you're gonna be running behind the character, why not be a female character, right? So, but anyway. Because it's like from a third person sort of thing, like you're kind of not over the shoulder, but like you're right behind this person running, and that's your character, that's your avatar. You're running, and you can kind of customize their skin, and and the clothes are like your equipment basically, which is awesome as well. Like you have a top, and you have your pants and your shoes. And if they all have the same bonus, they'll or well, if they all have the same thing, if they're like part of a set basically, they'll sometimes give you a bonus like more experience, or you can run faster. Not like run faster, but like you run. It's easier to run, or it's easier to, like, when you're going upstairs, you have to do like leg lifts, like to get up the stairs or whatever. So it'd be easier to do that. Or like one of them is where you don't lose any money on a stage, like when there's things that hit you to take away your money or whatever. So that's pretty cool. One of them had like wider range for the vacuum sucking up like the items kind of thing, which is really helpful. So that's pretty neat. But yeah. So what was I saying? The aesthetics of the game are great, and they're very visually awesome. Visually awesome. I know it's very specific, but like even the enemies and stuff, they're all like workout themed. So they're like barbells and like here, I like you see on there, like in the middle there, all this stuff. Like yeah, so they're all like kind of workout themed. But like the thing is with this is like, sure, like the workout theme, that's great. I had a good time with that. That was interesting. They did a good job like implementing all of that. There's these like 4 guys later on who are like some of the, you know, main side characters or whatever, but they're like, they each represent one of the elements in terms, like, you know, one of them's like an ab master, and one of them's like he's really good with his arms. One of them's like an old lady, and she's like good with yoga or whatever. And then one of them's like the best one. God damn it! I hate her. I hate her so much. She's pretty. She's awesome looking. She's hot, but like fucking Allegra, the fucking leg lady, was the bane of my existence. Fucking, cause all it would be like the squats and stuff. It's not like all the other leg stuff where it's like the running and all that. It's just the squats, man. I tell you. And not to like spoil the final boss too much, but god damn it, if there wasn't a part where I was like almost at the end of like one of the first, like, okay, there's 2 forms of the final boss, I'll say that much. At the end of the first form, there was a part right at the end where they made me do the fucking squat for like 2 minutes or some shit. It's fucking ridiculous. But it's great. I'm not saying this is a negative to the game. I'm just saying I'm terrible at these squats. I mean, I did all the arm stuff and the core stuff. All that stuff was great. Even the running wasn't that hard. I mean, okay, I overdid it a little bit a few weeks ago and hurt my knee because of it. But you know, like I was doing a little bit extreme. I was like going like I had this course set up, so like I would do it after my like already hour-long workout. And that's not an hour of working out. That's an hour of time in game of working out. Every second you're working out, they count that towards a clock. And I would always make sure that hit like 45 minutes to an hour. So that could have taken me 2 hours or 3 hours. I don't know. You know, a lot of times I'm still working out at this time. Not that you know what time it is right now, but I'm just saying, like, for me, I'm still generally doing this. I just got an early start or whatever. It's not like I did any less exercise today than normal, but So yeah, but the concept, the aesthetic here, you could take this, put a Dragon Quest skin on it, or Final Fantasy. I don't want Final Fantasy fit or whatever, but Dragon Quest, my man, like Dragon Quest. God damn it, I would play the shit out of that. Persona 4 workout game. That I want to see. They have a dancing game. Why not a workout game? Right? I mean, I'm sure it'd be kind of shitty because, like, not that the dancing game was terrible, but, like, I don't know. It wasn't as good as Persona 4, obviously. And even the arena games weren't as good. But the gameplay was always on point. So, I don't know. Maybe we don't need that one. But Dragon Quest, like, come on. Get some... They're always doing innovative things with their game series. They had the Dragon Quest Swords with the Wiimote stuff. They have the Heroes series, which is like a, hack and slash sort of thing. They have the Builders thing, which is like a Minecraft thing. Dragon Quest is doing all sorts of crazy shit. Even the Monsters series is just like a Pokemon thing or a Persona thing almost even. So that's cool. But I don't even know what this song... What song is this from this game? Huh. It's just very serene. The game is not usually this serene in its music, but it's interesting. So, yeah. And I already pretty much talked about the characters. The only other character I didn't really talk about... there's a lot of characters. Like, there's the shopkeeper characters. They're great. I love them, and they're so nice, and they're funny. And there's a lot of little random characters in different worlds. There's like 22 worlds or something. But maybe it's 23. I don't remember. But it's something like that. It's a lot. It's a lot of worlds. Trust me. That doesn't sound like a lot, but fuck if that's not a lot of worlds. That took me a long time to complete. This game literally just keeps going with its content. You think you're done. Halfway through the game, you think it's over. You think, oh, I got this in the bag. We're fighting Drago now. That's the villain guy, by the way, who's like your rival, and he's like working out the whole time, and he's like taking on this dark influence of power or whatever. And he ends up realizing that like fucking, that it's like corrupted him, this dark influence or whatever. So that's cool. It's not deep or profound or anything, but this is a Ring Fit adventure story. What do you want? Like this is why you need to put Dragon Quest in here. You can do a better story. Not that the story wasn't fine. The story is fine. I liked it. I liked Ring as a character. This is a character in the game, and it's funny because you can actually, I didn't know this until more recently, but you can actually change the voice from a male voice to a female voice. And so I did that, and the female voice sounds just like Ashley Ball, like just like Rainbow Dash. Like, seriously, just like Ashley Ball. I didn't know fucking, it's not even her. It's not even her. But I can't unhear it. I literally cannot unhear it. It's like that voice. And so I'm just like, cool, whatever. I guess Rainbow Dash is teaching me how to fucking run and shit now. But it's better than the male voice, which is, it's slightly annoying at sometimes. But the voice is encouraging, because Ring is always there encouraging you and telling you, oh, hey, here's how you do this certain move or whatnot. So, because you're a silent protagonist. This is an RPG. This isn't fucking, most RPGs have silent protagonists, so that's pretty cool. Here, this is Dusty. No. I just want to get that off there. Anyway, so Ring Fit. Let's see, what else was I going to say? Now I lost my train of thought on the other thing. But yeah, just reskin this for like Dragon Quest or something, please. The potential here is incredible. Or Stop Skeletons once. Derek, we can just use this to shoot guys in Doom or whatever. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. Just this technology alone is like impressive. Like they had the Ring Fit, or that Ring Fit. They had the Wii Fit Balance Sport or whatever, and that was like okay, but like this is so versatile. You can do so much with this. There's so many ways to stretch this thing. There's like a move where you like use it as a bow. There's like a move where you do like over your head things. There's a front push thing, and like it doesn't seem like a lot, right? But this has good resistance, and even so, even if it didn't, yeah, you need good resistance, but like my point is, even if that wasn't hard enough, just pushing in on this thing, the vibration of it, they have HD rumble that like goes throughout the controller, and this is like the real instance of HD rumble. Like we laughed about HD rumble like back in the day, like what does that mean? But this is what that means. HD rumble was made for this. Like the rumble of it makes it harder to do, so it gives you a better like workout doing. It's hard to explain, but it's like because of that rumble and because of the HDness of that rumble, because of the they can take it from 0 to 10 in terms of difficulty on the rumble. It's just it's crazy. It's like it gives you such a good workout, which is fantastic. It's so hard to review this game because it's like there's so many things that like aren't conventional things that you need to say about a video game. Like most video games I review the same shit about because those are the things that I want to talk about. But this time it's like, what the fuck there's so many things to say. There's so many wacky out there ideas in this game. It's insane. I'm probably gonna forget a few things too, but there's there's like the adventure mode. That's what I've been talking about so far. There's like these, so you do these normal levels, which is kind of been talking about, where you run and then you run into the enemies and you do the battles and all that. There's little icons. There's an overworld. There's a map screen, kind of like a Mario 3 sort of thing or something. Think like that. But what's cool about it is there's different like things than just the normal levels. There's like also battle gyms, which is basically just like a gauntlet of battles in a row, and you kind of have to like think out how you're gonna use your moves and stuff to kind of progress and get through. And then there's certain mini games, which are, some of them are like really cool and some of them are fucking stupid and I hate them, but those are very few. There's like 2 or so out of them that like really irk me every time I see them. And really it's just the one. It's just, there's this one where you have to like do this to wave a fan at these like discs that are coming at you or whatever from these robots that like are way fast, and it's so fucking impossible. Especially when you're trying to... See, I was doing 100%. I was doing 100% until the world where they introduced that minigame, because I couldn't 100% that minigame. Basically what you need to do to get 100% is there's these missions where you have to go back and do the advanced version of that, and some of those are like, don't miss any. You have to hit every target. And I'm just like, yeah, I can't do that on that game. Like, that specific game was the reason I stopped 100%ing. Now, I did almost every level. Like, I'd say like 98% of the levels I did. So, yeah, but... I mean, I did every single, like, level, but, like, those minigame levels, I skipped a few of those because I just didn't really want to do that. I skipped, like, 1 or 2. It wasn't a lot. It was just a few. But, so really more like a couple or something. I don't know. Anyway, so... Yeah, so that fan game is terrible, but there's one where you like are climbing a tower, so what you have to do is like you like push in and then you do that to like jump to the next peg on the tower, which is pretty cool. There's one where you're like descending on a parachute thing and you have to like aim yourself towards the rings and stuff. That one is also pretty tricky, I will say. There's one where it's like a pottery thing where you have to like, I think, what do you do? Oh, you squat. That's what you do, to kind of like, and then you push in when you're like, you have to like make the shape that they want you to make. And when you push in, it pushes in on the pot. Actually, yeah, you do it like this and then you squat to where you want it to push in at. And so that one's pretty tricky as well, but it, they're pretty lenient as well on some of those. Like, you don't, unless you're gonna do the like the 100% like run where you have to like do perfectly on those games or whatever. It's not gonna be so bad. There's a lot of other little mini games that I just can't think of. Those are probably some of the lesser ones, which is funny enough that because I mentioned them. But I don't mind the tower one. That one's all right. Let's see. What other mini games are there? I'm trying to think. I'm not thinking. There's one where you're on like the other worst one, other than the fan one, is the one where you're on the treadmill or whatever, and you're like running. It's a fine idea, right? You like so that you're running on this treadmill, and like the harder you run or something, you like go more towards the other end. But it's just like if you want to get like the coins are coming at you, so if you want to get like a specific set of coins, or you want to like avoid a hazard, you have to like stop or like run faster. It doesn't work so well. But like all of the other mini games work like pretty much flawlessly for the most part. So I'm just trying to think what they even work, because they always throw the hard ones at you like right at the end. I should have like looked at this and like figured out what some of the there's also skill set like challenges where they just take like specifics of the skill, like the skills you would use in battle, and then just like kind of put a bunch of those next to each other to kind of work out a very specific thing. Like there was a back set one in the last world that I did or whatever. So so that's pretty cool. I'm just trying to look at the box here and see if I remember more of these fucking mini games or whatever. No, they don't have any of the mini games on the box, of course. Like, look at that. Look at all the fun shit you get to do in this game. That's an adventure right there. It lives up to its name. It is a Ring Fit adventure, I'll tell you. They have all these like really nice like stat tracking stuff. Like if you want to like look at your pulse the whole time, they ask you after like every level if you want to like measure your heart rate or whatever, which you like press your thumb against this guy right here, which is the IR sensor or whatnot. I just stopped doing it after a while because like I don't know, I didn't need to know. I didn't care enough. But they give you stats on how long you've worked out. Specifically, not how long you were in the level dicking around or whatever, like how long you were physically working out. It like knows that, you know what I mean? And like how many of each rep of things that you did. And there's the nice thing about the game is it's very accessible to anybody. Like you can just have the difficulty. It's not really even a difficulty thing. It's just about how many reps you're kind of doing, and like it is a difficulty thing, but like mine was set to like 17 after like, you know, after going through the whole game. Like initially it was probably set like pretty low. It was set wherever they recommended it be set or whatever. But like you could set it at the lowest level, like let's say level 1 or something, and that'd probably be fine for some people. But like they've got such a range and stuff, and if you want a harder workout, you just go all the way up and you're good. I mean, I don't even know how far up the fucking difficulty thing goes, but like, yeah. And they ask you every day if you want to like keep increasing the difficulty, and like I did a lot of times, but yeah, like I think that was like right where I needed to be was 17. So maybe I'll increase it now that I've kind of beat the game and whatever. What else? What else to say? Oh yeah, actually. Oh hey, there's one of the mini games. That's a pretty good one. The like what do you call it? Like whack-a-mole kind of game. There's that pot one I was talking about in the corner there. And the bootstrap tower. Oh yeah, there's a box breaking mini game, which is pretty cool. I know these are like tiny screenshots, so it's kind of hard to see. But yeah, so the box breaking one's pretty good. Yeah, I don't remember them all. I just I just literally just did this game like today, and so I'm that's not that I'm tired or anything. I feel good, and that's the thing about exercise, and something I figured out about exercising And something I'm glad I came back to this game for was exercising does make me feel good, and I've noticed it gives me an overall boost in happiness and the rest of my life and existence. You know, like I feel better for having done it. And over the past 3 weeks alone, and not that this is the reason you play the game, but maybe it is. I don't know. Like a lot of people, for a lot of people, exercising is for losing weight, right, or something like that. I mean, sure. What I figured out over the past few weeks is well, okay, not that I figured it, but over the past few weeks, 3 weeks or whatever, I lost 8 pounds, which is pretty cool. Mostly right in here, which is where I wanted to expel from, because I worked fucking a fast food job for 10 years, and that does not help your stomach fucking fat, your belly fat or whatever. So you know, and then like until more recently, I wasn't even eating very healthy either. So I kind of made a change in my whole life, you know, of eating healthier and doing all of that, and the results definitely show. I mean, like, it's great. I feel good right now. You know, I feel awesome. Um, and I know that's not directly related to Ring Fit, but a lot of they tell you tips in the game. I didn't read all of them, but I read a lot of them, and a lot of it's stuff I already knew. But they're handy tips, you know, just for keeping your life together. And actually, it's funny because the last one was about getting a good night's sleep, which was funny because as I was finishing the game and it ran out, I reached its end on the final boss there. I was listening to a book called Why We Sleep, which is a very interesting book, and that'll scare the shit out of anybody who doesn't think sleep is important, because it's very, very important, and you should definitely allot yourself a longer sleep window of even if you don't get like 9 hours of sleep. You don't need 9 hours of sleep. You need about 8 hours of sleep, but realistically, if you give yourself, you know, more time to potentially sleep, then that's better, because that means you know, you're gonna have more of an opportunity to sleep, and that's what I'm trying to get at here. But anyway, the effects in that book that they were talking about of lack of sleep is just astounding. So, but we're not talking about that. We're reviewing Ring Fit Adventure right now. That's just funny because I was listening to that at the same time, and then the last fact was about sleep, which was just funny. But the game is good for that too. It'll help you kind of get into a more healthy mindset and a lifestyle if you want that. You know, it'll give you tips on doing that, which is cool. And you know, so like the adventure mode isn't the only mode. You can set up a bunch of stuff. There's so many customizable freaking options on the other stuff that's not the adventure mode. And there's even like a rhythm game now where it's like you can dance to fucking Jump Up Superstar and all the other fucking, like, the Breath of the Wild theme song and just all these fucking songs. Like, it's crazy. Like, you can bend. You do something. I don't remember. It's not easy, because I think that's where the motion controls like start to falter, is there, because it's like your range isn't really good. I don't remember if you have to, like, you know, like motion control on it. I don't remember how it works, but something about, because I did fucking the Mario Jump Up Superstar or whatever, and like it's hard, man. Even when it's on the novice, the easy mode, like fucking it's hard to do those, and not because it's hard to do them physically. It's hard because I don't know if they've like really thought that through, but that was a DLC thing. That was after the fact. So I'm not really faulting the retail game for that. It's just something they added later on to get people interested or whatever, so they could throw it in a Nintendo Direct and be like, "Hey, look, Ring Fit, that's a game," you know. Also, I want to talk about that because I know I mentioned it in my my video last year. Now, to be fair, this was before Ring Fit blew up, and this game is very popular now, but it was not very popular at the time. And I was heartbroken because I'm like, I want my Dragon Quest version of this, you know? but it ended up like really blowing up because everyone's inside and trying to work out, whatever. So the game sold out significantly. But at the time when I said that remark, like, hey, people, go buy this game, it was not doing very well at that point because of the $80 price tag, which is definitely worth $80. Like, let's talk about that. Like, what is your health and fitness worth, people? Like, seriously, if you have a Switch, you need to get this, Would you spend $60 on Animal Crossing when you could have just bought Ring Fit Adventure? But Animal Crossing is a good game, too. I'm not disputing that in the slightest. But this is a very innovative game in that sense. So, okay, let's talk about... So you can... There's that rhythm game. You can set up, like, a specific, like... Okay, so, like, let's say you want to do a certain set of moves or whatever. You can set that up. Or you can do sort of like those fitness skill set things, like, where they... In the game... That aren't the battle gyms, but they're like the fitness skill sets. You can go into a different menu and just do stuff like that, where it's just like you just do a bunch of reps of likewise things or something if you want to work out a certain part of your body and this and that. Or you can do what I did, and I don't not recommend doing this, but just pace yourself, please, because otherwise you'll hurt your knee like I did and be recovering for a few weeks and be scared that, maybe it was permanently damaged or something, which it was not, and I'm very glad and grateful for. But you can set up a bunch of the courses for different things. So, like, they'll have it's like all the sorts of different things that the levels in-game work out in the adventure mode. And so what I did was I set up a bunch of courses for this, like, 17-minute running session, which I would do after my workout. So I would already spend this hour working out or whatever, and then I'd do a 17-minute, like, straight-on run session, which was probably a little bit much for the first, like... I did it, like, 4 days in a row or something, and that was way too much, obviously. I need to, like, pace that out. And I might still use part of that or something, and then just do that every other day or something. My goal is to kind of continue this on 4 days a week, the first 4 days of my week, which would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, the first 4 days, most people a week. So work out on those days, and then the rest of the days off. But 4 days is the idea. So if I'm busy one of those days or something, I can do it. One of the, the other days, not working out or whatever. So that's my goal, and I'm going to continue on doing this for a while. But my point is, I overdid it. Don't overdo it. There's an important lesson to be learned there about not overdoing it, especially when you haven't worked out quite a lot. And it had been a minute since I had worked out, because I was playing this game over the course of, like, since last November or whatever. So almost a year now that I've actually been playing this game. But I want to play the game more consistently so I can actually get a good workout. Now that I've put that into my lifestyle and made time for that, that's something I want to get more into. Like, before I was just doing it, like, maybe once, if twice a week, if I could, kind of thing, or if I wanted to, or when I was feeling like doing it, which isn't good. You should really make a habit of working out, because then you set it into your mind to that you're gonna work out these specific days, so that you don't, like, not work out. Like, that's the idea. Habits are good. They're good for you, habit forming and whatnot. So yeah. So anyway, so you can do sets of these exercises in that other menu, and there's other things. You can play the mini games in the menu. That's also good. Aside from the adventure mode and whatnot. So, and then, but yeah, you can set up, like, different parts of the courses and stuff to just kind of, like, work out certain things. So there's a lot of options and variety to where you can just do a lot of stuff. And what's cool is there's a multitask mode. So like if you press something on here on the ring con, one of the buttons on your Joy-Con there, it'll, I think you have to like, you press in, yep, I felt it just do that. Yeah, and then if I just, see like right now, I'm actually, if you press in on the analog stick, I'm actually getting reps towards the game by just doing this, you know? Like, it's actually making noises. And I can feel the vibration in the handles here. That's called the multitask mode, so you can do that. And if you just press in on the analog stick again, it'll turn off. So then next time I get into the game, it'll know that I did that, and it'll give me experience for doing that, which is cool. So like you could take this thing, I don't know if you can take it with you or whatever. Maybe if you have your Switch though, like, maybe, I don't know, man. Or maybe it just knows because it's with the ring con. You see, yeah, you could like take it with you or whatever. That's cool, you know. I like that a lot. But yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I probably forgot something, but okay. So let's talk about the RPG elements. So there's RPG elements to this game. Obviously, you do random battles. You get experience from doing pretty much everything, and there's gold, which is also necessary to obviously to buy equipment and stuff. But you get experience after doing all the battles and like after running, and there's collectibles and stuff you get experience from. You get ingredients around for making the smoothies. So those are also collectibles that you want to be looking out for in a level. In each level, there's 3 like coins basically that you pick up, and you get an extra experience bonus for that, which is pretty cool. And they're kind of well hidden sometimes, so that's neat. So it encourages replayability of each level. And but yeah, there's like ingredients for making new smoothies and stuff. Sometimes you'll find like recipes for new smoothies. There's like treasure chests that you like chase after and have to squat to like open or whatever. There's even, it's funny because there's even rare, like almost like metal slimes from Dragon Quest, but they're like rare silver versions of like the main little enemy guy there, and you can fight them. Or there's gold versions which will give you gold, sort of like the gold golems in Dragon Quest. So that's pretty cool that those are a thing. What was I going to talk about though? I was talking about, oh yeah, so the RPG elements. There's an experience system. You get experience for doing a lot of things in the game. You can get experience by just multitask mode shit. You get experience from doing everything. Stretching, there's stretching in the game that you do before and after your workout. And you can choose to skip that if you want, but you know, it's good for you to do that. But that'll give you experience. There is, what I like is there's a skill tree in the game. There's a fucking skill tree in this game that you can put skill points into that you get when you level up to fucking unlock new moves and unlock like attack boosts, and you get stuff like you get an extra turn sometimes, like random chance to get an extra turn or this or that, and like all sorts of crazy stuff. And there's a skill tree in the game. Like, that's fucking crazy. There's a skill tree in this workout RPG. Like, damn. Like, it's impressive, I tell you. Is this still going? Okay. Let's go to the next one. Let's see if we can get to the, Ooh, this is good. I like this. Alright, let's talk about the music. I haven't talked about that yet. Yeah, the RPG elements are great. Okay, love that. The music in this game is fucking awesome. It's kick-ass. You just, you know, you can just jam out to it. It's awesome. It's kind of generic sometimes, but it's pretty good. You know, like, it definitely keeps you in the right rhythm the whole time. It sounds like something out of Spyro or something. This is awesome. I don't even remember where this was. This must have been one of the levels or something. All the levels have like really cool themes. Like, it's awesome. Yeah, you can, like, listen to that. That gives you the right, beat you want to run to and shit. Like, fuck yeah. Um, it's funny, actually, because the final boss theme actually kind of sounds like, the Stanley, the Search for Dr. Livingston theme, which, you know, if you like slow that theme, or if you speed that theme up, it would be the final boss theme of Ring Fit Adventure. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but like, very interesting. That's exactly what I thought of when I heard that song. So yeah, this music is fucking kick ass, and I love it, and it's great. It's just one more integral piece to this this beautiful Ring Fit Adventure pie, you know, that makes the game so excellent. Um, and the game, the other thing is, I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but the game does give you a significant workout. And I don't know, like, you'd be like, oh, what can you do with, like, this ring thing? Like, but no, it actually fucking works. Like, the thing that I was most skeptical about picking up this game, I'm like, is this thing actually gonna work? Is this gonna do something? I mean, I knew it was gonna do something for me because I wasn't very active or exercise focused at the time. Now with my job and stuff, it's like I do that a lot more. But and I'd seen reviews and stuff of people saying this was awesome and this and that, and that's really why I picked it up. Because when I first saw it, me and my friends were laughing so hard at it, and then, because that first trailer is just ridiculous, and the guy's face is like this the whole time, or like he's got like this like I can't even do the look, but it's just like his face is so intense, and they're like way overacting the shit out of that fucking trailer. I don't know if they're like wired on some cocaine or something, but like, fuck, man, like, Jesus Christ, these guys they're scary in that first trailer to the Ring Fit Adventure, man. But it's definitely gives you a good workout. I very much appreciate that and need that, and it caters itself to whatever kind of working out you want to do. You don't even have to play the adventure mode. I mean, I recommend the adventure mode. I think the adventure mode is great. I mean, that's the thing I'm gonna keep doing, because there's also I don't know how long it goes on for, but there's also a new game plus, essentially, where you go back and do the same levels again, but it's harder this time, or something to that effect. I mean, so that's crazy. Like, I have all of those 22 or 3 or whatever worlds of levels to do again, but harder now. Like, fuck. Like, I don't know what that means. The enemies are harder, apparently, or something, is what he said, and like, I don't know if the courses are harder or something. I'm sure you start with all your powers again, maybe, or maybe you don't. I don't know. I'm going to give it a shot. I mean, I'm going to go through that again at some point. If not right away. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm just going to do, like, tomorrow, because I still got to work out tomorrow, too, so. But I knew I was going to beat the game today, and that was, or yesterday I knew that, and that was really exciting, because I've definitely been grinding away at this game, little by little, piece by piece, like chipping away at it, let's say, over the past year here, and finally, I like went in and just went hard and just did it, you know, and I'm really proud that I'm here, you know. I got here, and I like that, and I'm proud of myself for doing it, you know, because it's not the kind of game. Now, see, here's the thing. Okay, so I spent 31 days. I did 31 days of exercising. You know, that's over the past year, obviously, but that's like a month. That's okay, so that's whatever. But yeah, those 31 days, I did 30 hours of gameplay, right? 30 hours of I guess that would be, yeah, just like gameplay and all of that. So that'd be fully be 30 hours. Now, 30 hours doesn't sound like a lot for an RPG, but this is a fitness RPG. You physically have to be physical to progress the game. It doesn't sound, I mean, maybe it sounds hard, but it is hard, is what I'm trying to say. Is like, when you hear 30 hours for an RPG, you're like, oh, that's not that long. That's pretty short, actually. And it's like, because because I think at some point I heard like 20 hours or something to beat the game, but like, dude, like, no, not even, like, and even if it was 20 hours, I'm just saying that 20 hours or that 30 hours is going to take a lot longer than you think it's going to take. You don't just sit down on the couch and grab the controller and play those 20 to 30 hours like you do every other fucking game. This is a commitment. This is a focus thing. You have to really be dedicated to doing it to actually get through it, you know? Like, it's not as easy as it would seem, you know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta actually do it, and so that 30 hours was tough, you know, like, but I did it, which is awesome. I remember that first day too when I did it. Like, today's the last day of the adventure journey, but I remember the first day of playing the adventure journey. I got through like 2 levels of like running and some very basic exercise stuff, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna finish the rest of World 1 tomorrow. And I played World 1 like not that long ago, and like, you know, like even like midway through this whole experience, it's like super easy. It's like not even that hard. But that's how embarrassingly bad I was with exercise, and you know, now here I am, like, shit, like, we're fucking here, man. So that's cool. I like that. Definitely, like, more so than a lot of games, you feel the progression. Like, you know, a lot of games you sit back and you're like, man, I really got somewhere with that. But like, this is like, I physically got somewhere with that. I think the final stats were like, I ran like 77 miles and like, God, like fucking, what was it, like, I'm trying to think what the other impressive one was. That was good though. But yeah, so what was I gonna say? So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I don't know what else to say about the game. It's fantastic, and I definitely recommend the game. I know it's just really such a hard game to review, and I knew I would freak out for like the first like 5 minutes there or something, but as I went on, it's not that I'm like run out of things to say. I'm just puzzled about how do you review a game like this, because it's so unique and it's so different from other games in a sense. But it's such a crazy unique thing that you have to experience it. If you're even modestly interested in working out, or getting yourself on track to doing something like that, and you have a Switch, like, you need to buy this game. Like, I don't know if there's still like shortages of this game or whatever, but you should definitely buy it. And if you're one of those people who has it and you haven't dusted it off in a minute, like, fucking seriously, just get back into it, and just do it like a few days every week. You don't even have to do like my 4 days a week thing. Just do like 2 or 3 days a week or something. You know, probably more than 1 day a week. Just do like 2 days a week or something if you're, you know, and you can work up to that other stuff if you want. And I guess it's cool because doing this was just one part of a bigger whole, and I don't want to get too deep into my own like life stuff or whatever, but I started really getting a more ambitious and put together schedule around my life here, and this was one integral piece to the puzzle. Now, like I said, eating healthy was another integral piece to that. It's something else I recommend for not necessarily working out your mind, but like just so you have mental health, you know, mental clarity. I would say journaling has helped me a lot for that, and I know it sounds kind of lame, like what's that gonna do for me, but like, it helps you get all of your thoughts onto a page, and then you have a physical representation of everything that you were thinking and that happened to you in that time and stuff. So I definitely recommend that as well. So if you're trying to go on a journey to better yourself, journaling is another really healthy thing, and it's made me feel a lot better getting out a lot of my thoughts onto a page, you know, sort of thing. So that's another good aspect. I've just formed really healthy sort of habits, cleaning and stuff. Like, I was never super big on that before, but I do that now. And sleeping and the better sleeping habits, like I said, the sleep window kind of thing. I've been reading some nights before bed because you're not supposed to blue light and whatnot like 30 minutes before you sleep. So I've been reading, and that's helpful. I've been writing my book again. Like it's a different book probably than last time I was talking about writing a book. Maybe it's the same book. I don't know. It's been a minute since I probably even talked about that. It was probably like in my backlog videos or something from a while ago. But this is a backlog video too. But like what I mean, like the old backlog videos where I'd like show off my backlog and stuff. And that's another thing I will say about this game. Well, okay, before I get to that, hold on a second. Let's wrap it up. So what I was trying to say was that um, I'm very thankful for some of the people I have in my life right now, and one in particular who kind of inspired me and pushed me to better myself and do this kind of stuff, and just be more ambitious and whatnot. And that was big, and it's really it's really helped me, and I feel I'm very mentally happy right now. Like it's funny. I was okay. I don't want to get too deep into it, but I was actually kind of like in a bad state of mind like last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever that was. Actually, it was like 2 weeks there. I think I was just really down and whatever. And you know why that was? Because my knee was fucked up because of the exercising, and then I had this like really low point because I couldn't exercise, and then it shot right back up as soon as I it was like what so I started again a few days ago, and like the day before I knew I was gonna be exercising again the next day, and I'm like it just put my mind back into that like good state of mind. Like seriously, like I don't even know how to like. That can't be a coincidence. Like, fuck. Like, that's crazy. Like, I was thinking about this the other day. I might actually be, like, somewhat addicted to the rush of exercising or just running or something about that makes me feel really good, And, being healthy, I guess, just makes you feel good. Or, so that something to that effect. Hey, bud. Got him coming here. So, come here. You can be in the review. Oh, gosh. Alright, so, yeah. So, like, I just, yeah, not to get too deep in all of that, but I just, I'm really grateful that I started doing all of this, and, that I got back to Ring Fit and just exercising in general, and just getting my life kind of in a more solid, state. Because, video games are great and everything, but you gotta take care of yourself, too. Because if you don't do that, then, it's just not good for you, And I've realized that over the past few months here, and it's really helped me a lot. So, I had to get too deep into John's life stuff or whatever, but just a few extra little tips there about how to maybe get your life in a more comfortable state if you're, I don't know, if you're not feeling the healthiest or you feel like you want to improve yourself a little bit, kind of thing. That's some ways to do that. So, yeah. So, this is very triumphant music for the ending here. Treasure Pass. Ooh, that sounds cool. So I don't know. Yeah, the game itself. I already forgot what the fuck the point I was gonna make before. Everyone's gonna be like, "You missed this. You didn't talk about this or whatever." But the game itself is just so innovative and creative and like high fucking marks for originality here. And this is the kind of game that Nintendo fucking really is known for it. these are the kind of games that get me, man. I just fucking, like, when I see this, when I saw the original fucking thing for this, and I thought, like, man, this is a joke. Who's gonna fucking get this? Why would I want this piece of shit exercise game or whatever? It's just gonna be like or it's gonna be like Wii Fit again. Like, who gives a shit or whatever? But like, damn, am I happy to be wrong. Like, this is a fucking great game. Like, seriously, it's not only a great game, it's a great experience. And it's great to propel you to better things and to push your life in a better direction or something. I don't know. It's really good for you, and you should want to play Ring Fit Adventure. And if you don't, hopefully I've inspired you to go and play Ring Fit Adventure, or just think about it, maybe. Because this game is great, and it has great visuals. The visuals are really nice, and the gameplay is great, and the music's good. You know, all of the elements of a great game are here, and they've taken a concept, working out. Okay, this is really what I need to talk about, actually. This is it. This is it right here. They've taken the concept of working out, which is something that people do not like to do. A lot of people, lazy people, like myself, don't like to do. And this is the shop thing, by the way. They took that and they said, what do Nintendo gamers want? What do gamers need to want to work out? It's not a balance board. It's not Wii Fit and the fat ass Mii's or whatever. It's an RPG, because working out is essentially just a fucking RPG when you think about it. If you're working towards a goal, the experience going towards that goal is just leveling up in a video game, right? I said this to one of my coworkers the other time, after having played this game. I was talking about, well, no, actually, this is because of Dragon Quest Monsters, Joker, and I was like, I was grinding, and she didn't know what that was. I had to explain to her what grinding in a video game is, and she's like, oh yeah, I get that, and I'm like, you know, I had to explain to her the concept of leveling up in a video game. So like it's just brilliant, you know. It's like, I don't know, like I just thought that was funny, because like here you're literally grinding in this game to get to you know. But my point of that story was that in life, even when you're just doing the most menial tasks, you're leveling up your this or that. So in that case, we were lifting heavy boxes, so we're leveling up our strength, you know, or something to that effect, or you know, life is an RPG. There you go. That's go live your life. It's an RPG. You can get experience. Experience points. They don't show on a chart or whatever, but that'd be actually a fun thing. What if there was a like a chart for experience points in life? Somebody needs to do that. Somebody make that, like an app that, like, oh, you did this thing, you get this amount of experience, level up, and oh my god, that'd be so cool. That'd get people to want to live their lives. A fucking phone app about RPG life, basically. That's brilliant. I shouldn't have said that, because now somebody's going to steal that idea. I should patent that and make that, because that's a money seller right there. That's a good idea. But point being that they took the concept of working out and what you're doing when you're working out a lot of times. And for a lot of people, it's about, you know, losing weight or something to that effect. But they took that concept and added a natural thing to it. RPG elements. Experience gaining. Because even when you're just working out in real life, like going off on a run or you know, lifting or whatever the fuck, I don't know. Whatever normal people work out do. Not gamer workout people do. You know, bodybuilders or whatever. I don't fucking know. Like, just normal people. Whatever they do, you're still leveling up. And that's the whole point of strength training and whatnot, right? If you're lifting that stuff, that's to get stronger, so you can lift heavier things, or just so you get a good exercise out of it. I don't know, but it's very similar to the difficulty system in this game, where you're leveling up, and not even just the level up system. I'm talking about the difficulty level system, the thing that I was level 17 on, that I could have chose to keep increasing every day that I played the game, or not, you know, that kind of thing, or lower it if I was feeling like it was too much. Because you do more reps of smaller, you know, things. It's very similar. It's the whole concept of working out. They've totally taken this and put it into an RPG, and that's what's brilliant about the game, is that it's finally something that's gamified working out. And like, I know I get really excited about that concept because it is an exciting concept, but that's really just because that's such an important thing when you think about it. And especially to gamers who is a group that doesn't necessarily want anything to do with working out, or even making themselves healthier in general. These people are the people who need that the most. You know what I'm saying? Like, they need this game the most. Gamers need this game the most. That's why it's so brilliant that this thing was released, and that Nintendo... It had to be Nintendo, too, because nobody else would have fucking done this shit. Nintendo made this happen, you know what I'm saying? Like, I keep saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's true. It's just like, Nintendo did this, and it's just awesome. And I'm just so happy that this exists, you know? It's just... It's amazing to me that they took an RPG and a workout game. I'm still, every single day I play this game, I'm like, God damn, like, this is such a cool concept, and I'm still doing it. I'm still saying it. I'm still here just saying, hey, look, they took an RPG and made it into a workout game. And it's like, but no, that's the coolest thing ever. Like, that, especially to me, where an RPG is one of my favorite fucking genres. Like, this game speaks to me. It resonates with me so deeply because there are ingrained things from RPGs and leveling up and grinding in RPGs. You can grind in this game by just redoing the levels and stuff and getting more experience points. The skill tree. You could have grinded. I could have grinded and gotten every single skill there. I didn't do it because I think that carries over to New Game Plus, but I'll do it eventually. I'll get all the skills. Like, oh my god. Oh, fuck. How did I not even mention that? In the skill tree, there's hearts. There's a heart system that's basically your HP system, but it's like Zelda hearts. Like how many of those you get? You get heart containers in the skill tree. Like, it's sometimes from leveling up. It's insane. Like, there's heart containers in this game. It feels right out of Zelda. Like, I'm serious. This is crazy, man. And it's something else I noticed. I'm sorry, I'm getting so fucking off track about this, but little things I noticed. Something else I noticed today is a lot of the voice work is actually like other voice work that they've used in other games, like Zelda and stuff. Like the old lady, the grandma, she sounds almost exactly like the witches from the Zelda games, the Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, the two, you know, Kome and whatever the other witch's name is from those games, you know, Twin Rova or whatever. Sounds just like those witches. And one of the voices sounds exactly like one of the voices from Breath of the Wild. The same kind of grunt or whatever. Like, actually, I don't even know if it was Breath of the Wild. I think it might have been like a Skyward Sword like NPC that had this grunt, or like Twilight Princess or something. But I'm just saying, like, some of these things are from old like Nintendo games, so it makes it feel very familiar. Like, here's the thing. I'm gonna be really sad if this doesn't like become a franchise or something. Because even just the Ring Fit franchise is gonna be something that I'm always gonna be invested in and picking up. I don't know when they'll ever make a sequel or whatever. Maybe they can find a way to... they can use their own franchises. They don't even need Dragon Quest. They can do Mario, just a platforming version of this. A Mario RPG version. Oh my god, I want this now. Mario RPG, fucking Ring Fit game where you play as like Mario characters. That could be Princess Peach or something. That'd be awesome. Like, think about that. Like, they did Mario sports games. Why can't we have Mario Ring Fit? Like, I want to see this. Like, what the fuck, Nintendo? Just, this literally prints money, Nintendo. Just put that out. Mario Ring Fit game. You could have a Zelda Ring Fit game where you're like, I don't know how you'd like, maybe there's like a sword con or something. Like, this could be your shield con and you'd have like a sword con. That'd be pretty cool. Like, yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd want to see that. Like, right? Like, that'd be amazing. I don't know. They could just use literally any of their franchise, like a first-person shooter, like Metroid Prime, where you have to like actually walk around and then you can like shoot stuff and stuff. I don't know. That sounds kind of cool. I'd play that, right? Like, Earthbound version. I don't know. Like, why not, right? Sure. What other franchises could they do? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. My point is, I think it's brilliant what they've done here, and that they've taken an RPG and put it into a workout thing. And it's not even like just brilliant and innovative and really a very special idea. It's an important idea, is my point. Is gamers, out of all of us, are the people who need this exercise, you know? And the fact that they've catered to making exercise this much fun is really important. And it's not just for gamers. I mean, anybody can play this, you know? I think, anyway, and pretty much enjoy it. But I'm just saying, gamers are a bunch that kind of need this as well, you know? Because typically they're pretty lazy. And they, you know, not all gamers. I'm just saying, like, the stereotypical gamer is lazy and eats a bunch of junk food, right? Like the WoW player or something. That's the guy who needs this game. Is the fucking guy who plays WoW all day. He can take like an hour's break to play Ring Fit, and then he won't be you know, the guy from the South Park episode or whatever. Yeah, I'm just being stereotypical at this point, but I just think that's funny. Gamers need this, you know, that's what I'm saying. And everyone needs this. Everyone needs to play Ring Fit. I'm just saying, it's interesting that they finally did something like this. And I think it's important. And I think this is an important game. I think definitely it's definitely a milestone in fitness gaming that they've been trying to do since the fucking NES days with stadium events, and of course World Class Track Meet, which is just stadium events, but I just said stadium events because that's the one everyone wants to hear about. With stuff like that, you know, in the power pad and stuff, and like, you know, like that stuff was fine, but they've been trying this concept for a long, long time, and finally we have the technology to make this a viable thing with motion controls and stuff to make this a real concept of something that works, you know, that works and works you out. And I think that's really important. And I mean, if it wasn't obvious already, I'm giving this game a 10 out of 10 because I think this game is critical in just so many ways, in the motion control section, in the working out section, in the exercise genre. Even for RPGs, this is like wow, like this could just be the future of RPGs. It's not going to be probably, but it could be, you know, like they could totally do that. Like damn, like I don't even know what's left to say. I mean, there's probably a bunch of shit I could have said, but like fuck, like 10 out of 10 for sure, like easy. I even knew that like last year when I was playing the game. My only regret with this entire game is that I didn't finish it like before or whatever. But there was a very good life reason for that, and it's most of what I was just talking about there with you know, how I've kind of got my life on a good point now. But if I had finished it last year, you guys would have gotten so much more of that enthusiasm about. I mean, I have it here, sure, of course, but that pure enthusiasm about like, wow, this game is like really fucking like amazing and cool. Like, because I remember when I first, like, the first few weeks that I was into the game, it just like clicked like how special and what the point of the game was, and why this isn't just some workout game. This is beyond that, you know, why this is such a masterpiece of a game is for these reasons. So yeah, that went all over the place. I really was not expecting that. I was really just expecting to gush about the game the whole time, but I got into life stuff. I got into fucking everything, all aspects of everything there. I got into game design, everything, fucking everything there. And I'm glad I did, because that all needs to be in this review, because this is what this game means to me, you know? Like, all of this stuff. So, I'm glad that I finished it. I was jumping for joy. Jump and go, Robert, you know? Jump and go! I was jumping for joy that, jump and go. I was jumping for joy that I finished it earlier. I was just so excited. And it's not because the game is over and I want the game to be done with. I just am glad that I finished this main part of the game. And much like in Animal Crossing, I will continue playing the game beyond this and doing the other stuff. But I finished the main beef content of the game, so now I can finally review it. That was really what I was really excited to do this whole time, was just review the fucking game. And it took way longer than I wanted it to. But I'm here and I'm reviewing it, and I needed a slot for this weekend anyway for this game. So here we are, and that's awesome. And I'm glad I finally finished Ring Fit Adventure. And yeah, this game is just something really special, and I think you should all play it, and I definitely recommend it. And I recommend just getting it. It's so worth the $80. It's probably not worth whatever the scalpers are going for it at, but I hope you can buy this in stores again. I don't know if you can or not, but it's really good, guys. Like, seriously, it's amazing. Like, just pick this up. You gotta get this. You know, this is a must-play JZNES game. Must play. So until next time, been JZNES saying keep it classic. Stick around for more reviews, underrated games, and I'll see you guys in the next one. JZ out.